Hello, you're welcome to my YouTube channel again, and today I'll be showing you how I make pear and apple puree. Apples are wonderful, especially for babies. They are packed with nutrients and vitamins, and according to health cards, apples, when you feed them to your baby, can reduce the chances of diarrhea and constipation, and they can help to improve their bone health and immune system. They also reduce the chances of your baby from developing asthma. They also have carbohydrates in them, sugars, which is healthy sugars, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, vitamin C, very important, folate, choline, vitamin A, and vitamin K. Now I am trying not to peel my apples so much because I love bioactive ingredients on nutrients under the skin of the apple, which is beneficial. So I'm keeping some in, and the fiber will be useful for helping to prevent constipation. I initially used the knife, but I decided to use my potato peeler because it reduces the amount of flesh that I've been using when I compared to when I use a knife. So I use the potato peeler to peel out as much flesh as I can while consciously leaving some behind. And then I have the pear. Pears have also got vitamin C and K, potassium, carbohydrates, natural sugars, protein, and they are also very good. They're like immune boosters for your baby as well, as they help to ward off diseases. They can easily be digested by your baby, helps to heal wounds quicker. Faster. They're less acidic. So I'm doing the same thing because under the skin of apples and pear, you have very important nutrients there that are useful for your baby. So I'm cutting off my apple into bits because if you're using pear that is still very green and very firm, it will take a longer time to cook. So you want to, an apple, especially the royal gala species, they are softer. So you want to do cut your apple into smaller bits. You want to cut your apple into bigger bits, while the pear is cut into smaller bits so that they can cook faster. Then you remove the parts where you have the core, where the seeds are. You don't need that part, so you can take that part out. And like I said, cut up your apple into larger chunks and the pear into smaller chunks. In this video, I cut up my apple in bigger chunks, and the lesson I learned from that while cooking with the pear was that the pear was still a bit hard while the apple had gone really soft. So I'm advising that we are going to do this, we are going to do very firm, the pear is still hard, then cut up your pear into smaller chunks and the apple into larger chunks. If your pear has stayed a couple of days in your pantry, they are softer now, then you can now cut the apple and pear into the same sizes. But if not, then ensure you cut your pear into the smaller chunks and the apple into larger chunks, because you don't want to overboil or overcook these sweet fruits. And of course, you can't go wrong with the combination of pear and apple. They are naturally sweet, so your baby would definitely not run away from taking them. And you can add a dash of cinnamon to it just to give it some really nice flavor. Okay, so I have removed the core and tried to remove the seeds as much as possible from my pear and apple, and boiled with about 3/4 cup of water and cooked for about 10 to 15 minutes on low to medium heat. I'll allow it to cool as much as I can or have the time before I blend. You all know that I prefer to use the Nutri-Bullets because it's just less stressful. It gives me that consistency that I want, and not too thick, not too watery. Remember, these containers, these were my breast milk storage containers, and rather than throw them away, I decided to use them for storage. And then I bought this silicone tray from IKEA because I wanted to use it to experiment, and see if my toddler my preschooler rather would like this puree in these very creative shapes. I poured some of the puree I made into the breast milk storage containers. I divided into two. I'll keep one in the fridge and keep the other one in the freezer. That way I can have about 2 weeks worth of apple and pear puree that I can use to feed my baby. Remember, you can add this puree to your baby cereals, or you can just feed your baby straight up. This is one of the less stressful purees that you can make for your baby. Now I've poured into this silicone mold, and I'll cover with a cling film before I put in the freezer for like a day or two, and then see how it turns out. I'll just insert a video of how it came out eventually. And so I have about 2 weeks worth of puree that I can feed to my baby. What I usually do with these purees is that I just add them to a series like wheat bix, pap, some brown. That's what I usually do. And then with this popsicle mold, what I intend to do is to put into his fruit pacifier. So when his gum is itching him, I can just put one in the fruit pacifier and give to him to suck. So he's not just getting the coolness from this puree, but he's also still getting his nutrients from the puree as well. Okay, so this is it, covering it with the cling film. Before I continue, if you have not subscribed, I'm begging you, please subscribe to this YouTube channel so that I can keep on uploading. That way you are encouraging me. I can keep on uploading the videos of how I make my baby's food and then other contents as well. So yep, that is how I've made my apple and pear puree. If you are going to try this, please let me know. You can also be creative and add a little bit of spice here and there. You can try, if your baby is over 6 months old, let's say your baby is like 9 months old, you can try some maybe chili pepper, very small chili pepper into it. You can add cinnamon, you can add vanilla extract. You know, don't just use honey, because you can't give children, babies less than 12 months old, honey, and it's just because of the danger of the bacterial spores that can be inside of honey. You know, they can react to that. So here is the silicone mold after 2 to 3 days. You can see how it's come out with the shape, and I tell you, it is really yummy. If you're thinking of getting one, you can go to IKEA. That's where I got this one from. I bought this from IKEA, and yeah, because it's silicone, you know, you don't have all those nasty chemicals in there from plastics and all of that in your baby food, so it's pretty safe. So please give my video a thumbs up if you like it. If you are going to do the same thing, replicate this, let me know, comment down. I'll be looking forward to your comments. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.